Looking for clarity in your business? Well, have I got a guy for you, Daniel Brimblecombe. Tomorrow around noon, I'm going to be Facebook Living his entrepreneurial skill set session for trainerpd.com. So forget about everyone else, just tune in and listen to him.
Turn a little to reduce the wind noise.
Thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Rob. How's that? I think because I'm trying to get Brett in the shot, it's we make it a bit more difficult.
See, there we go. Daniel's just got a comment that comes up because we were worried about the wind noise, but he's actually had someone give him a comment. So that's the advantage of doing the Facebook Live sessions, and that's why we want to do the Trainer PD one, so the trainers can have interaction in there as well. So, one of the things with being an entrepreneur is he doesn't really have an office that he's stuck to. So if you're stuck in your office watching this and you're doing it, wouldn't you like to be working out here? Well, that's what entrepreneurs do. There's a lot of advantages to being an entrepreneur. There's a lot of disadvantages too, but we'll go through that in another time. But it's just up to what's right for you, and some people are set out for it, and some people aren't. So,
well, it definitely is something that I love doing. That I love coming out into. Well, you'll notice that basically all my Facebook Lives are either set with water in the background or a mountain, because it is definitely one of the perks of being an entrepreneur that you can work from anywhere in the world. And well, in most cases, unless you run a business that you need to be in the one place to supply that service, because there's a lot of different entrepreneurs out there that need to supply services, and there's also a lot of different entrepreneurs that need to supply products. With my clients, I like to find that mix of both, and as an entrepreneur, really your objective is to find as many different forms of income to put into your business to make sure that because everyone has the view of a business as setting them free, and unfortunately a lot of people build themselves a job over a business. So it's something that I try to provide that clarity and really open up the mind of an entrepreneur of all the opportunities and options that they could have to expand on.
Okay, so, and we spoke a little bit about industries. I guess it's not so much businesses these days that get changed by innovation. It's actually whole industries, and Daniel's the next real estate agent, and we were speaking about some examples there. So what sort of, the innovations and that have come up with technology seems to be the biggest driver these days. Give us an example from the real estate industry of how innovations actually change the whole industry.
Well, now basically any sort of business that you're in, especially as a real estate agent, everyone Googles you and tries to find information on you and tries to find other people's experiences. And as a real estate agent, that's gotten a lot harder, because they're looking for the person selling the most properties, and that's all out there now, all online. But even if you're the local fish and chip shop, it's changed for you as well, because anyone looking to go out just to pick up some fast food jumps online and looks for information on your business and how well you're doing, because people's standards have really raised up with the innovation of technology as far as a business goes.
Yeah, so it's the products and services have changed, so it's not just about we spoke a little bit about the marketing mix, which is your product, your price, your place, and your promotion. One of the biggest things, I guess, is not just with online businesses, but also clicks and mortar, as they call it, the old traditional retail outlets and that sort of thing. They're actually been incorporated in it, and we spoke with Ricky about setting up a website and how a lot of places actually use their physical storage of products can be in different locations, and that's where their retail stores are. And there could actually be opportunities now where you start online, and that tells you where your customers are, and you can actually go and set up your stores in certain locations because you've got customers there already. So there's things like that's happening. Is there other sort of trends that you're finding with your clients, or things that they need help with in regards to their marketing mix?
Well, I'm finding that when they're looking really for that added advantage of more markets, Australia's a very tough market to work in, and often overseas gets a better response from the Australian entrepreneurs, and so you really have to, in the marketing mix, you have to look at where you're getting the best response, and you really have to, if there's an opportunity to do something in Australia, clearer way of looking at where you base your warehouse products.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. That's a good one, Rob.
Okay, so so we've just had a comment from one of Daniel's people viewing there, Rob. Rob Lowe, you can look him up. Yeah, we'll actually put some links up there for you, Rob. So
the Mindset Fitness Master.
There you go. So that's one of Rob, Daniel's clients actually, and he's put up there. It's a clever way of looking at where to place your warehouse and your products. Yeah, well, that's something these days that's it's you can't just pick up a retail business and put it online. It just doesn't work. You've got to have a whole new business model. So,
everything's expanding now, advancing, where you really need to have something that stands out. As I said, with the marketing, you need something that's going to stand out. Because even if you don't have the top of the line products that's out there, even if you have that top of the line product that's out there, it doesn't mean that you're going to get the business, because you're not standing out from all the noise in the market. You have to do things that are different. You have to do things that are innovative. You have to really stand up and say, "Hey, over here, look at me."
Okay, so yeah, well, that was the video of yesterday. Right, so we're looking at that. So what sort of changes do your clients have to make to their businesses when you come in? And I guess, where do you start?
Well, basically, the first changes that we look at is we work out who they are. Because people buy people, and we really sit down and we really nut out what they think and how they want to show themselves to the world. So we consider all this, and then we look at what they're doing and what service that they're providing, and see if they're offering too much, more than they can sustain, and see what's working for them at the moment. And then we determine what we're going to throw and what we're going to keep in. And then we determine what sort of image they're going to portray. Okay. Because the perception is everything when it comes to a business.
Okay, so you mentioned about actually what are you going to throw out and what are you going to keep. What sort of decision-making process do you go through with your client? Or how do you work out what to do and what to keep?
Often it's a matter of brainstorming initially, and then it's a matter of testing the market if there's some things that are very uncertain. I like to some things that I don't release out onto my business wall. I'll release it in small amounts just to see what people react to it. Because with marketing, the very secret behind marketing and really life is not everything you do is going to work, and we have to be prepared that we're going to adjust that and try again.
Like, for example, doing Facebook Live from a beach in the wind.
Yes, that's a very good example.
But I think it just comes down to a lot of the times, and I was recently at a seminar, and everyone probably knows Steve Baxter from the Shark Tank, and there's two things that I really got out of him from being in the room with him and him talking there was, the first thing is that he was actually asked the question in the lift by a friend of mine, if he had one piece of advice for someone that was looking at starting a business, what would it be? And he said, just do it. You've just got to get out there and have a go, and you work it out. Now, Richard Branson's famous for saying, if you get given a good opportunity, say yes and work out how to do it later. That's a lot of the entrepreneurial mentality. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. And you don't have to do it alone is the other thing as well.
I think the biggest issue with that is people say yes and then they don't act. Yep. is the biggest thing, because they've taken that on board, but then they've thought about it too much after the fact that they've taken that opportunity. They have to, as Rob will tell you have to get into that mindset correctly, and then you really need to take the action.
Yeah. So get out there and do it is the first thing, and the second thing that he said was, if you've got a product and you're looking for investors, then if you've gone out and you can actually sell that product to customers, you've done 90% of what an investor's looking for. So that's one of the other things too. If you've got a product that's testing the market, and that's kind of like what we're doing with Trainer PT, we've decided we're going to start it.
A real hot tip for that is when somebody does buy it, you have to narrow down of why they actually purchase that. And everyone says, it fit into my budget, or it was something that I quite liked, but liking is not really why they bought it. You've got to find out what they loved about it. What emotion did you spark in your marketing that made them purchase? I find people come to me because I spark something in them. They read something that they like about me, or they see something about themselves in the marketing that I do, about their frustration, and I'm quite happy to throw all my frustrations out there and let you see those frustrations over the coming months.
Okay. Right, yeah, so what we're going to do is you're going to see a bit more of Daniel. I'm going to be getting him in to talk about a lot of stuff, all things marketing and all that sort of thing. Just to let you know, if you're looking at Facebook and you're trying to get likes on your page, this guy here got about, how many was it last week?
1,450 in that range.
So, well, how do we do that? Well, we can't, of course, teach you how he does everything in the sessions. What we're looking at doing, it's basically we're looking at doing, this is what you don't know. So what are you going to do? We're going to put up some links and we're going to put up some facilities for through Trainer PD for people to learn. You can look Daniel up. We'll put some links up so you can look him up as well, and you can come and learn from him and go through there as well. He's actually out there working in the industry. I've been lucky enough to get him to stand in the one spot for about half an hour, which is a very big thing, I can tell you. So I want to thank Daniel for his time today. We're going to keep having a bit of a chat, and we'll come up with some more things that we can put up, and some stuff that we can put up for the Trainer PD. And I'll let him sign off from his guys as well.
No worries. Thank you very much for all watching my video again, whether you're watching it now or you're going to watch it later. Please feel free to drop any comments or questions down below, or send me a few messages. I respond to every single message that comes through eventually, even if it's people. I get a lot of messages of people selling me marketing services, and I also engage with them because I'm open to getting the best result for myself and my clients. So please send me anything through, and I look forward to talking to you all again soon. Have a good day, and I'll show you the view quickly just to see what I'm looking at. There it is, a beautiful day out on the beach.